take the arms long. I want you to inch back, literally. So breath in here, holding the tummy nice and tight. We're going to inch back and hold it there. And we're going to inch back a little bit more and hold it there. Literally inches, just tiny movements. So we're folding back. We're going back a little bit more and a little bit more. Just holding it there as we go, and a little bit more. And we're going to roll ourselves back on that last bit. Just tip your weight back on the hips a little bit more. So it's changing your center of gravity here. And then we're just going to roll the back. So I'm on the back of my bottom. I'm still not down. Tiny bit more. And then we're going to roll down and take the arms overhead and just have a stretch. To start with, lovely. Just reaching here. Okay, and then from here, as we're down here, we're going to do some lying down exercises. We come back to rolling up and down. We're going to do a lot more of those in a minute. So let's just start with hands behind head. Just bring the knees in by the bottom there. So we're ready to do bridge work as well. And we're just going to curl up for a few. So taking a nice big breath in, draw the core in, close the gap there underneath the back before you go up. And then just breathe out to come up. So look at the knees there, look at the sky for me out the window, and breathe in to come back down again. So just breathing in and out as we go. Just coming up and down. So a couple more before we add on. Okay, lovely. All right, next one up, hold it up. Then I want you to twist to the side and push your bottom elbow so it touches the floor, and hold it there. So just, you're up with your bottom elbow on the floor, holding it there. Okay, and then rotate back to center and go to the other side. Hold the elbow on the floor. So it's probably a deeper twist than you normally do. Got to really pull that shoulder back. Back to center and lower yourselves back down. Just have a breather there for a second. Just relax. Any tension in the neck, just give it a little wiggle from side to side. Okay, so let's go up again. Let's do that again. So taking a breath in, pulling the tummy in, lifting the head and shoulders up. Let's rotate towards the floor again, elbow down, and bring a knee in this time. And then bring it back down and come to center. Turn to the other side, elbow to floor, knee in, and come back to center. So repeat that, but make sure your elbow touches the floor each side. And back to center. Other side. And back to center. One more each side. So we're rotating with the elbow on the floor, and then back to center, and back to center, and then bring yourselves down. So let's just bring the knees into chest. Give yourselves a hug there. Have a little rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. Okay. And then we're just going to give the knees a squeeze. So take individual knee, just take one knee at a time. Give it a good squeeze into chest. You're getting a real stretch there in the hip flexor. So pull it into chest. And the other one. I just want you to take the knees out to tabletop. So make sure that back is down on the mat. Your core is drawn in, and push the knees away. And take the arms to the side. Now I want you to drop the knees to the side really slowly, but I want your head to look the other way, but keep your shoulders on the mat there. So actually I'll drop mine to the wall so I can look towards you really slowly. Don't let them go all the way. Breathing out as you go. Let the knees go down slowly. Look behind. Keep the shoulders relaxed on the mat. Consciously think of the shoulders there. Lovely. So nearly all the way down. Take a breath in here. And then breathe out and very slowly bring the knees back up, really slowly, more slowly than we've ever done before. So you're really working the core. It's really pulling on the core to get those knees up to center. Okay, and when you get to center, just take a breath in. And we're just going to breathe in actually all the way down. Just breathe in and turn the head the other way. Look towards the back arm. Really slowly, 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 keeping the back shoulder down. Breath in here and then breathing out. Let's come up inch by inch or centimetre by centre. Let's make it smaller. Keeping that core drawn in so it's working the abdominal muscles. Going from side to side, and I'm back to centre. Let's do one more each side. So breathing in as the knees go down really slowly. Looking down the back arm. Looking nice, ladies. Just really slowly dropping those knees down. down, down, nearly there, and then all the way down. Take a breath in here, get ready to breathe out to bring them up. Engage the core, pull that core in, hold it there. Bring the knees up inch by inch, really slowly, keeping the legs at that 90-degree angle. We just challenge you a little bit more. If they're getting tired, you can bend the knees. Okay, back to center, and then we're going to go down one more time. Oh, actually, this was the first side. Let's just go down this side, and we just come back to center. We finish on the other side, and then back to center. Really slowly. That does it. Lovely. Actually, I think that's equal size because I started on the other side, didn't I? That's great. Just give your knees a little hug there. Have a little rock round. And then I thought from here we could do some rolling up from here. So just place your feet back down, and we're just going to take the arms overhead. So you can have long legs, or you can have the knees slightly bent, whichever you prefer. Actually, if you bend the knees on this set of exercises, let's just take a breath in here, arms overhead, and then just breathing out. Push the chest down into the mat, the back into the mat, roll yourselves up. If you need to use the backs of your thighs, breathe out as you come up, you can do. And let's just roll forward, taking the arms forward, rounded back, and just come all the way forward, stretching over those feet. Okay, so let's go again. Now you can make this more difficult if you want to. I know it's difficult, but you can bring the feet in a bit nearer as you go back down and as you come up. If you bring the feet in, it changes your center of balance, and it makes it much harder on the core there. As you bring them in, just inch them in a tiny bit. As you go back, it's killer. And then take the arms over. Okay, let's go up again. So breath in here, breathing out, taking the arms up, peeling up off the mat. Sliding the feet away a little bit. You might need to slide away or hold the backs of the thighs there to come forwards, and just reaching over those legs. Okay, so let's go back down, and we're going to do a couple more things on the mat. So just going back, so inching back, inching those feet in. And just take those arms overhead. And just stretch out long, just take a long stretch there, point the toes. Really nice stretch there, lovely. And then just bring the legs back in. We'll do some bridge work, so bring your hands by your feet. Relax the shoulders down, bring the feet in towards the bottom. Just check your knees are parallel and pointing up at the ceiling there. And then let's just take a nice big breath in to engage the core. Breathing out, let's start to roll the hips through, and I want you to think about every single vertebrae going into the mat. So we're pushing each vertebrae into the mat as we lift the hips up to the ceiling. I want you to hold it there. We're going to stay up here. Push your bottom up as high as you can, pulling the shoulders down into the mat, opening the chest, and squeeze the bottom to the ceiling there. Push, push, push. Squeeze into those thighs. Lovely. And then just release it slightly there. Just release that squeeze. And then I want you to just do a hip drop. So just dropping one hip down and then come back to center. Drop the other hip down and come back to center. So let's just do that one more time. And back to center. In between. And then just push those hips up again for another big squeeze. And this time let's come up onto our tiptoes. So really pushing the hips up there. Make sure you're not hurting the neck and you are still on the shoulders. And then this time I want you to tip down and to come back to center, but you're on your tiptoes, so we're tipping down and back to center. And then one more each side. And tip down and back to center. And then just taking a breath in here, rolling out, and let's roll back down. I'm still on my tiptoes, but I want you to feel each vertebrae as you roll through. It gets tougher as you get to the middle there, all the way through the lower back and to the coccyx. And then just place your heels down. Okay, so let's add on. Let's go up again. Let's take our arms with us this time. So big breath in to prepare. Breathing out, let's roll up. Take the arms up overhead. It's just coming up. I've gone on to my tiptoes as well. I'm adding my tiptoes on this one. Reaching the arms overhead. I'm going to hold my arms overhead and I'm going to drop my hips down on one side and come back to center. Drop it down on the other side and back to center. Really push up high in between, ladies, so you're really working the bottom. Down on the other side and back to center. Down on the other side and back to center. And then just start to roll down I'm staying on my tiptoes for a little bit longer, rolling all the way down through the vertebrae and bringing the arms down to the mat. So when you get to the mat, place your heels down and then just try and reach your hands to your heels. Just push those hands down, stretching the shoulders down. Just push your hands, just I'm inching each side to side, trying to touch my heel, and resting it there. Lovely. Okay, so from here, let me just remind myself what we're going to do next. Okay, so we're going to roll up again. So let's just roll up to a nice long line over our toes. So just taking the arms overhead again. Just nice big breath in, just breathing out. Let's roll ourselves up, peel ourselves up with long straight legs if you can. And just come forward over the toes and stretch in the back here. So just reaching forward, stretch that lower back, stretching the hamstrings, leaning forward. Okay, so now we're just going to bring ourselves up, and as we come up, I want you to lift one leg up as we come up, and we're going to continue rolling back down with that leg up. So we're going to roll back down with control, holding one leg up long and straight and reaching overhead. Breath in here, breathing out. Let's roll up whilst that leg's up, and roll up, roll up, roll up. As you roll up, bring the leg up higher as you come forward, and see if you can reach up to the ankle and try and stretch, try and straighten your back. Bend your knee if you need to, and as well, because I know you struggle a little bit with the legs there. Lovely. That's it. It's a nice straight leg. Okay, so let's go back down again. Lower the leg as you go down, holding the core in. Let's go back down, rolling down nice and slowly with control, taking the arms over. Right, place that leg down. Let's do the other side. Lift the other leg up. Breath in to prepare, breathing out as we roll up. And this time I want you just to roll forward over the leg. We're lifted up on the next one. So roll forward, roll forward, roll forward. The leg lifted up, roll forward, and then put it down and come all the way forward. So just holding it there just makes it harder to come all the way down. Breath in here, breathing out. Let's lift that leg, and we're going to roll down and then up again onto the leg. So rolling down with control, all the way down, arms overhead. Lovely. Big breath in here. Breathing out to peel yourself up. Hold the leg up higher, and we're going to just walk up the leg if we can. Now try and straighten the back as you walk up the leg. So this is tree pose, so pulling up into tree if you can. Lovely. Nice big stretch there in the leg. Well done, everybody. Okay, and just place that leg down onto the mat and sit nice and tall, nice straight back. Draw the feet in. Let's open the knees and let's do some teasers. So holding the calves. So nice straight back if you can. Sit on a cushion if you need to, but we're just going to lift and lower, so you can come halfway if you want to. So lift and lower with the knee, or straight leg if you're able to. So let's see if we can try and get those straight backs. Try and bend those legs and straighten. So just alternating the legs. You're opening them out into a V. So a nice V shape. Go together. If you can do them together, by all means try. Lovely, Jill. Well done. Very nice, everyone. So just see if you can just do. So it's a good one for the back. Really good for the core. Really good for these thigh muscles and the hip flexors. So a couple more. Does anybody want to add a roll on? Roll back, rounding the back if you want to go back, and roll back. And come back up on the sit bones and hold it in between. So it's all about control here. So if you're coming back up and you want to go back again, let's roll back. Mind your necks as you go back, and come up and hold it with control. Lovely. Let's do one or two more. Let's go for it. Rolling back. Coming forward onto the sit bone with control. Oh, beautiful, ladies. Come on, let's go for it. One more. Let's go back. And then back up again and holding it there. Really well done. Loving the feet. Loving it. Lovely. Okay, super. Well done, everybody. Really good work. You'll be pleased to know we're moving off that position now. We're going to roll over onto our fronts and do some work on the back and the legs. So just come onto your tummies for me. Just going to grab a quick drink. Okay, so we just need to place the forehead down on the mat and just have your hands each side. We're going to sort of come up and down into sort of a swan-like pose to start with. Okay, so Just taking a big breath in here, engaging the core. Just imagine that ice cube underneath your tummies as usual. Hands each side of the mat. So taking a breath in to engage the core, breathing out slowly, lift yourself up and bringing yourselves up. Bring the elbows off the mat, but maybe don't come up the whole way to start with. Let's just get the back used to this one. And then just breathe in to come down. Okay, and let's go again. So breathing out to come up. And just breathe in to come down. And then the next one, let's go up. So let's see if we can straighten the arms. And as we come up this time, bring the head up a little bit and look towards the ceiling. You'll feel a deeper stretch down the front and down the middle of the back there, and breathe. Okay, so breathing in, let's go down again. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Let's come up and breathe out and go all the way up and look and really feel the stretch down the front. Mustn't hurt your lower back. You must make sure you're pulling your core in as well. If you're finding it uncomfortable, just lower down a little bit. Okay, and just breathe in and come down. Lovely. Okay, actually one more because I want to do something with the eyes. So let's just do that again actually. So just breathing out as you go out. So let the eyes come all the way up to the ceiling, and I want you to keep the eyes there as you lower back down in a second. So just breathe. Okay, and then just breathing in, lower yourself down, keeping the head up. Normally I'd say bring it down, keep it up and look and watch as you come down, 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 and then just bring the head back down. So slightly different stretch and exaggeration in the front there. Okay, so we're going to change slightly what we're doing now. Just slide the hands back a little bit so they're sort of next to you but still bent. And we're going to take a breath in and lift the head and shoulders up. And I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades in. So really squeeze them in and lift up as high as you can. So pull yourself back a bit more. Imagine I sort of got you by the shoulders there and I'm pulling you back and just pulling you up a bit higher, a bit higher. Really pull and squeeze them together so you can really feel it. You should be feeling it down the sides of the back there, in the shoulder blades. Really squeeze, really pushing, 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 pushing up as high as you can. And then bring yourselves down and just have a breather here. Just have a breather. Okay, so let's repeat that one because that's a really nice one to do. So breath in. So breathing out, let's lift the head and shoulders. So drawing that core in and you're up. Let's lift up a bit higher. Pull back another inch. See if you can just pull yourselves back another inch, a little bit higher there, and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Really squeezing there. Really good work. Lovely. Really squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lovely. And just feel your hips and your knees, your hips and your sort of ribs just on the mat there. And pull that down. Lovely. Come down. Take your arms out to T. Just have a breather here. Head down. Okay, and then this one, similar things. We've got the arms out to T. So lift your head and shoulders up. Just look at the mat there and squeeze those arms back over the bottom. Long straight arms, palms facing each other, and pulse them in. So still working the upper back. So squeeze those shoulders back. Back, back, pulsing the hands together. You're trying to clap almost over your bottom, but you can't quite reach. So just clapping those arms back, back, back. So squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Eyes just looking along the floor in front of you. So squeeze, 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 pulse, pulse, pulse. Couple more, couple more, couple more. Lovely. And rest it down there. Bring your hands under your forehead and have a rest. Just rock the hips from side to side to release any tension in the back before we stretch out. We'll do some leg work here as well. Okay, so just resting the hands, head on the hands. We're just going to bend up one leg there. So we've got the toe pointing to the ceiling. And then all I want you to do is just lift that thigh off the mat and pulse it up for me. So we're just lifting one thigh up. So just keep your heads down. I'm just having a look to see how you're doing there. But just so you're not hurting the neck. So make sure the thigh's off the mat. The work is coming from the bottom. Feel it in the glutes, point the toe to the ceiling, pulsing away there, push, 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 push. Lovely, so it's just lifting that up there, pulsing away. Couple more. Lovely, and then just rest that leg down. Let's just do the other side. Taking the other knee, pointing it towards the ceiling, lifting the thigh off the mat there, and then push the other one up. So we're working the other glute cheek. So pushing away, very nice. So push, push, push. That's it, lovely. Push. Pushing all the way, pointing that toe. Lovely, and then just bring that down to rest. Have a breather there. And then I just want you to put the other foot back up towards the ceiling there. And then I just want you to take a breath in, just bring the head and shoulders up. And I want you to reach round with the other opposite hand and just see if you can pull that foot and pull that shoulder up off the floor there. So I'm looking towards my shoulder that's off the floor, pulling that thigh off the mat and stretching diagonally across my back there. So lifting and pulling that foot up. See how high you can pull the thigh. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then lower it down, and let's do the other side. So breath in here, breathing out, just bringing the foot up behind, grab it with the other hand if you can, and have a stretch across. We all okay with that one? I'm assuming you can all reach, you see. That's a bit unfair, isn't it? Because I can't quite see. If Jill can do it, the rest of you can do it. There, love it. Very nice. Nice stretch there, pulling that shoulder back. Wonderful. Right, rest it down. Then I've got one I haven't done for ages. So forehead down, slide your knee, bend your knee, just one knee up to the side there. So it's out by your side, like here. I don't know if you remember this from old. So we're going to just see if we can lift that knee. So you need to put the foot down because you've got to lift the knee and lower. Just a couple of centimetres, so lift and lower that knee. Remember, this is a bit of a killer one, wasn't it? So we're just lifting and lowering the knee for a couple of inches. So it's staying out there to the side, pushing the foot into the floor, and lift that knee. It's a tiny movement, so keep the foot down on the floor so the movement's coming from the hip. So it's really lifting the knee, it's the hip that's moving to accommodate the lift. So lifting and lowering, a couple more. 1 and 2. Super, so place that one down, back long on the mat, and let's do the other side. So for me it's been against the wall, so excuse me, you won't see it as well, so slide the other one up. And then lift and lower the knee. So just lifting and lowering. So you've got your foot down and we're lifting the knee. It's just a couple of inches. It's a very small move. It's a bit weird and unnatural, but we can do it. We've done it before. It's a couple more. And one more. Lovely, brilliant. Bring that leg back down. Push yourselves back into child's pose for a well-earned rest, everybody. Stretching back over your heels there. And just release any tension from the back and the head, just little movement side to side, just rock gently. Lovely, well done. Okay. All right, so let's just come forward onto all fours for a couple of cat stretches. Okay, so just making sure your weight is directly over your hands. So your shoulders and hands are underneath each other, as are the knees and hips, and the knees are hip width apart. So let's just take a little breath in to prepare here. And just breathing out, let's just roll those hips forward towards the rib cage, breathing out and round the back, and just take a look at the tops of the legs. And breath in here and just breathing out. Let's just straighten out and look in front of the hands. So just a nice gentle start and a lovely stretch after the work we've just done. Okay, one more of those. So just want you to think about the back rounding for you and the spine opening up and rounding as we're doing this. And how your breath is working there as well. So just breathing out and in. Lovely. Okay, so now I just want you to lift up one foot, keeping the knee down, and twist it out to the side and look to the foot there. So all you're doing is lifting, it's quite straightforward, lifting that foot to the side and looking, and then pivot that knee round to the other side. So you're looking at the same foot and look the other side. So you're feeling nice stretches down the side as we do that. Let's just do that again. So breathing in, and then just breathe out to look at the foot as it comes round to the side there. And then just breathe in, and let's do the other side. Look to the other side. So you're rotating a little bit there, twisting there in the top of body. and then back to center. And we do the same with the other foot. So lift the other foot up, take it out to the side and look to the side. And then just slide that knee around and look to the other side and just breathe out as you go. So just a small movement, but just have a look. So you're getting a deep sort of stretch there in the side of the body. Back to the other side again. And then to the other side. So we're doing the same amount each side. Lovely. And come back to center. Okay, and from here, taking a breath in, we're going to take one arm forward, and I want you to reach forward and reach up and look up. So to reach now, we're reaching up and looking up. So you're rounding the back slightly down as you're looking up and reaching and stretching as far as you can. Breathing out. Lovely. Breathe in and bring that arm down, and we'll do the same on the other side. So taking a breath in, and we're going to breathe out. So nice straight back to start with, straight arm. And then we're just going to reach up. So you just point it up towards this sort of edge of the wall, top edge of the wall and the ceiling. And you're reaching. Katie, you're reaching the aeroplanes as you're outside. She says, what aeroplanes? Reaching up, up we go. Like big stretch there. Point those fingers and then bring that down. Right, we're going to add on. We're going to do the same with the opposite leg. So this is Superman, yeah? So breath in, breathing out. Let's reach out, a nice long line, keeping the back really still. Point the toes, point the hands, reach, push them away from you. And now push them up and look up. So lifting that leg up a bit, lifting that arm up a bit. So your body is in a banana shape if we look. So really reaching, really stretching, reaching and stretching. Big breath here, breathing in, just slowly lower them back down. And let's do the other side. So breath in here, breathing out. Who'd have thought this would be so hard? Pushing the legs away from us. So reaching long, make sure you're reaching nice long straight legs, really point the toes, really reach that arm, and then you're going to lift them both up a little bit. So it's not much, but it's a lift, and look up. You'll feel it down the side, you'll feel it in the limbs if you're pushing them away from you really, really long. Holding it there, lovely, and then bring that back down. We're going to do that again, one more each side. Breath in to prepare. Breathing out, let's push the limbs away, nice and long, really long, reach them. You're trying to reach a wall, and then you're going to lift up and look up and stretch. Tray of drinks have now spilt everywhere. Lovely, and just breathing in, bring that back down, and let's do the other side. I am boiling, I don't know about you guys, this is making me really hot. So breath in, breathing out. Let's take those limbs away from us. Opposite hand, opposite leg on the other side. Reach away, and then let's lift. Lift and hold, hold, hold. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Really long reach there. Lovely. And then just bring those down. Lovely to rest. You may go back into child's pose for a rest. Bring yourselves back over your heels there and stretch the back out. And breathe. Well done, everybody. Really nice moves there. Some lovely lines and banana shapes. Okay, drink here. Do take a drink at any time. Okay, we're going to come on to side lying next. And I want you with your knees bent up. Nice one to start with, and your arm, as always, they're all nice ones. And just you can have the arm curled under your head there to give you a bit of a cushion. So we just want the knees here. I'm just going to come forward, so I need the arm to go behind. Okay, so what we're going to do is reach this arm forward, really reaching it forward, and we're going to take it behind us, but we're going to keep the legs and hips where they are. So this is a real stretch for the shoulders. So really reach forward to start with, breathing out, and then just breathing in. We're just going to take that arm behind us. Quite a simple move, but what I don't want you to do is roll on your back. I just want that arm to go back, so it's stretching into the shoulder. So your head's forward, your knees are forward, and we're reaching that arm back so it doesn't touch the floor because the body's not rolling back. Often we do this when we roll that back, but we're not doing that today. So reaching behind you there. Big breath in and slowly bring that back to breathe out as we go. Lovely. Okay, so let's just do that again. Do one more. Let's take a breath in and just breathe out. So keeping those hips where they are, just let the arm hold back and just stretch open that chest and the shoulder there. Reach it there, reach it there. Okay, just bring it back to the ceiling there, and then just surprise, surprise, that's all we're going to do on that side. I'm going to get you to come back onto your back, and I want you to just bring your knees into chest and give yourselves a hug. This is our way of turning over, you see. We're going to roll over to the other side in a second, but before we go, we're going to do a single leg stretch. So as you've got your knees into chest, take a breath in, curl your head and shoulders up. Let's squeeze it in, and let's just push the other leg away. I want you to lower it down low to the mat there though, so hold it out there. And then bring that one in and push the other one away and let the leg go down low to hover above the mat. So just doing it nice and slowly and gently. So breath in here. Let's just switch and do the other side again. So just slowly does it. So pointing that down and away. Keeping the head and shoulders up so you're working the abdominal muscles too. And then let's do the other side. Okay, bring that knee in. Let's hold both knees in. We're going to do both legs out together. We're not taking the arms overhead, so we're going to just do a double leg stretch. Just take those arms out to the side and let the legs come out long and low. Can you take them lower? And then bring them back in and give them a hug. And then we're going to do the same again. Breath in and breath out. Take them as low as you can without pulling your tummy up to make it bold. So let's keep that tummy flat and straight. Lovely. And then just come in. We'll just do one more of those. Breath in and out we go. Holding that down. Legs as low as you can. Hover them above the mat if you can. Okay, and bring them in. Okay, lovely. So what you're going to do now is just roll onto your other side and repeat what we did on the other side. I'm just going to flip round on my mat so I can still see you, but you just roll onto your other side. So we've got the knees curled, we've got the underneath arm curled under our head, and we're going to take the top arm long. So as long as you're on your other side, ladies, okay? So breath in here, and then just breathing out. Let's just open that arm behind us. Don't let the shoulders go behind as well. You've got to try and keep your shoulders, your face facing forward and your knees facing forward, so the hips and the top half of the body isn't going as well. So really stretching and opening the chest. Breathe into that stretch. Okay, and then just bring that arm back over to the front. So bring your arm forward, breathing out as you go. So reach forward, reach forward, reach that arm forward, squeezing as you go. Flexing those muscles, and then just breathing, open the chest. Let's breathe out to open the chest one more time. Let that stretch into the shoulder. Lovely. And then just bring that forward again. And just reach it forward there. So you're just sort of counter stretching in the shoulder there. So push forward to that stretch there. Lovely, well done. Okay, so from here we're just going to come up onto our knees and do some tall kneeling exercises. So just bring yourselves to center. Okay, we're just going to kneel nice and tall. So we want a nice straight line from knee to shoulder all the way through, and we're going to take the arms out to T. So just make sure you're kneeling sort of hip width apart as well, so you don't overbalance. So we're going to tip from side to side, but without moving the hips. Usually I sort of go with the whole hog. So all I want you to do here is take a breath in, breathing out, we're just going to tip the arms. So the movement's really from this top section of the body at the minute, and then to the other side. And then let's go again. So keeping those hips still for a moment. Reaching up to the ceiling, and one more to the other side. Okay, and no surprises here. We're going to take one leg out long, and we're going to put the hand down on this side. So just make sure that hand is slightly forward of the body, just to counterbalance what we're about to do. Okay, so just going to place this hand by the ears there. We're going to lift up the top leg, flex the foot, and we're going to do a leg kick. So this is why you need the hand forward. So we're going to bring that leg forward and we're going to point the toe behind us. So just making sure your hand is slightly forward and you can see it out of the corner of your eye. So just making sure you've got your tummies drawn in, you're working your abdominal muscles as well as the legs here. So pushing it behind you. So it's really working the tummies, we're working the fronts of the legs and the backs of the legs. Point the toe behind, reaching forward, pushing behind. Couple more. One more. And then I just want you to bring that leg back, place that knee down next to that knee, bring the hand to the side and then push yourself back down to sort of a child's pose stretch. So you're reaching at an angle here, just stretching into the side. Okay, then push yourself back up and let's repeat that. Let's come back up and take that leg forward and then push behind. So you think child's pose means you're going to have a rest. And forwards. No, it is really. It's a little respite in between. So let's just push that down. And one more. Bring that knee down and push yourselves down and stretch again down like this. Okay, we're going to change slightly what we're doing. We're going to come back up onto that hand. We're going to take the arm up and the leg up. And I want you to bring them together and down. Bring them together and down. So the arm and leg, you're making a nice long line and then we're coming together with the hand and foot almost. So a couple more like this. So just challenge your hip and your strength. Sorry, I hope everybody's okay with this. Couple more. 1 and 2. Nice long line.